Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And we got some more action from FirstNet, built by AT&T across Georgia. So this means more connection, more robust coverage for first responder agencies across Georgia, meaning new sites, which of course is going to equal new coverage. In some cases, it's improving the coverage that's already there. And then across 1,500 sites, they've added that band 14 low band to give first responders priority during events of emergencies. Now, here's what's interesting about FirstNet and that contract. So AT&T received they were awarded the contract back in 2017. And then after that, immediately government reimbursements went out and they started building. Right, the spectrum went up across their existing network that got modernized, and then they started building out new sites. Now, the issue with that is Verizon went ballistic on its network ever since 2007, 2008. They had a bad rep during CDMA. There was if you guys remember that commercial, Can You Hear Me Now? They had bad call reception. There was something, I forgot what it was entirely, but there was a problem during CDMA. So Verizon immediately shifted towards LTE. They went with low band LTE, and they never looked back. And that was way before the competition even got started on LTE. They started adding it to their existing grid. They started scaling. They started adding sites, and they were motivated by two things. They wanted to have the best leading network and the largest network. And that's exactly what they went out and built. And those effects of starting that early are still haunting the competition. AT&T and T-Mobile are still trying to catch them. Now, I know publicly the numbers look a bit different now. It looks like natively AT&T may be larger. But overall, crowdsourced still shows Verizon in that lead by a large margin. And I'm not just talking about POPs. I'm talking about covering the landmass of the United States. It still shows Verizon in the lead in a big way, especially on the western side of the country. It's not even close. Now, a good amount of that Verizon did accomplish by partnering with other carriers to help regionals to have them build out their spectrum assets. So that's not necessarily all of it Verizon, but it's still their coverage. And for most of its customers, it's considered native coverage. So that's how Verizon got there. So AT&T is still trying to match that footprint. They're still trying to catch up. Even right now, as of today, they are still trying to catch that up. And that's going to take a long time. So if you think about that, think about how long it's really going to take T-Mobile. If AT&T, who's been spending all this money, who's been getting government reimbursements, is still trying to catch up, can you imagine how long it's going to take T-Mobile? Just as a comparison. And AT&T is gonna keep scaling. They're gonna keep scaling, and it's gonna eventually get there. But I still have consumers reaching out. Hey, Verizon's just bigger and better. I've tried AT&T with their recent deals, and I just couldn't do it. I had to go back. I've had first responder agencies reach out to me via email, and they've told me, hey, look, I've been watching your videos. I'm going to be honest, our agency, we went with FirstNet, and it just didn't cut it. It wasn't 100% up to par with what we had with Verizon. You got to remember, Verizon has been the network for first responders. So if anything, FirstNet is barely starting to cut into that share, and they're taking that share from Verizon. So if you're on the Verizon network that you've been using for years, and your agency says, hey, let's go with FirstNet, let's take advantage of some of these cost savings, they have a dedicated network. And then you go to that network and you're like, oh man, the core is not all the way there. They don't cover the same areas that we were used to with Verizon. They immediately go back. So that's the issues that FirstNet has to deal with. And even in 2022, right around the middle of 2022, FirstNet is still behind. I still get messages now that say FirstNet didn't make the cut. And that was the case a few years back. If you guys remember, there was an article across Colorado, and they said we will not use FirstNet as our first responders network unless we can roam on Verizon. That showed how large Verizon's network was versus the competition. That's, by the way, that has changed now. FirstNet made a significant investment, but even that, it's still not toe-to-toe with Verizon. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. Good to see FirstNet scaling and improving across Georgia. I'm sure we'll see more of that throughout this year and next. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel. Like, share, subscribe. Follow the social media outlets for more updates and interactions. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. See you in the next one. Peace.